What's up guys, welcome back to another video. It's been brought to my attention that while I have made two videos talking about the customization of our TwilightMenu themes, I never made a video showcasing how to actually download and install some pre-made themes or install themes to work in general. So today we are going to be getting into that. The things you are going to need for this, once again, are your R4 card, your micro SD card, your micro SD to USB adapter, and a laptop or computer of choice. So all you're going to do is throw that SD card into your micro SD card adapter, and then you're going to go ahead and throw that into the laptop. Now we're going to go ahead and cut to the laptop view, and I will be showing basically from start to finish on how to find themes for your TwilightMenu and where to install them within the files of TwilightMenu. Once again, I do apologize on completely skipping over that, but it's something I already had set up and I didn't think anything of. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and cut into that laptop view and go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so now that we are at our laptop or computer, we are going to need two things, one of which being this app called 7-Zip File Manager, and the other one being a theme of choice. Now we are going to be using two different links today, which I will be adding in the description to make it easy to find. The first of which being the 7-Zip download page. All you're going to do is come here and download the current version of 7-Zip for whichever system you're on, whether that be Mac OS, Windows, or Linux. After you download it, you can go ahead and open that exe file, which will install it on your computer. After you're done installing it, you can come over here to this website where there are just a bunch of themes that other people have created, and you can find one to go ahead and download. Now if you want a DSI theme, you can click on this tab right here, and all of these are DSI themes. But if you want a 3DS theme, you can click on this, and all of these are the 3DS themes. The only difference between these is where we would put that in our files. So we are actually going to be using this Legend of Zelda theme today, which I have already downloaded. But to download any of these themes, all you're going to do is come up here and press this big red download button. Now after you have your 7-Zip and the theme that you want, you can go ahead, close out of this, and this is where it's going to get a little tedious. I wouldn't say hard, but tedious, because there is only one specific way that I have found how to get these files to transfer properly and how to get it to work 100% of the time. It's a very weird process, but it's not a hard one. So for starters, what you're going to want to do is open your SD card drive, which mine is my D drive. But when you have your SD card open, you're going to go ahead and click on NDS, TwilightMenu, and then depending on if you downloaded a DSI theme or a 3DS theme, you're either going to click on 3DS menu or DSI menu. Then you're going to go to themes and leave this here. Just leave it here. Then what you're going to want to do is find the theme file that you downloaded, and this is where it's going to get a little tricky. You're going to right click on this file, go to open with, choose another app. Then from this point, you're going to use the 7-Zip File Manager app. If it does not show up here for you, come down to choose an app on your PC, Then you're going to want to find the 7-zip file that was downloaded. Open that up and find 7zfm, which just stands for 7-zip file manager. Click on that once and click open. It will then show up in the selection screen. At that point, make sure that it is selected and either choose always or just once. I always click just once. Now from this point, this is your unzipped file. You are going to take this and just drag it directly into that themes folder. It will copy everything over and you're done. You can't use Windows Explorer, just going in here and, opening it up like this. That's not going to work. You can't do everything through the file manager and extract it through file manager. That doesn't work. It is a very, very weird process that you have to do it, but it's not a hard one. But once you know it, you can do it a million other times for every single one of those other themes. Now from this point, it's not necessary, but I always like to click eject on my drive just to make sure that I am not messing up any of those files. But then we are going to go ahead and cut back over to the desk view and show that it does in fact work this one specific weirdly tedious way. Okay, so now that we have that file on our SD card, we are going to go ahead and pull that out of our USB adapter, drop it back into our R4 card, and throw it into our DS. Now, I have changed my settings completely, so we are going to be doing a full walkthrough on how to make sure the theme works properly, so that if you have any issues, it will be corrected. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our DS. Go ahead, hit that touchscreen. It's going to load into our Twilight menu, and as you can see, I have it set to the regular DSi theme. We don't want that. We don't want to see that. We want that 3DS theme that we just installed. So if you are on the DSi theme, you're going to click select, and then you're going to come down here and click on that little settings icon. Then in here, you are going to see where it says theme. We are going to click the right button until it says Nintendo 3DS. Then you're going to hit click on that, drop down to whichever one that you downloaded. In our case, it's TLOZ, or The Legend of Zelda, and then click A. And then to make sure that the music works properly, we're going to come down to DSi/3DS theme music, and we are going to scroll until we find theme. From this point, now that you have that selected and theme selected, you can go ahead and click the B button, which is going to take us out of the settings. And from that point, it should just work. It's just going to come up and work. Like I said, it is a very, very tedious process. It is a very weirdly, oddly specific process. And that is the only way that I have currently found how to unzip the files that I've downloaded anywhere. But other than that, that is going to conclude this video. Once again, if you did use a DSi theme, you're going to go into the settings, and instead of finding Nintendo 3DS in themes, you're going to go to DSi, press A, and then your theme will show up here. I don't have any DSi themes installed, but if I did, if I installed it into that DSi theme file, then it would show up here and it would work just as well. But since we are using the 3DS, once again, 3DS TLOZ, or whatever the other name of your theme is, make sure DSi 3ds theme music is set to theme, and other than that, you are completely fine. Once again, I do apologize for just going ahead and making custom videos. I didn't think anything of going ahead and making a how to download themes video. But until the next video, thank you for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.